You know, most rappers die in their own city, man. It's a fact. And you know, you have haters who was in school with you and they mad because they was in that third grade class with you, but they don't have the same hustle as you. You know, they hate you for no reason. They hate you for your success. If you was a local rapper and you didn't have much, they would love you. You know, and these people, you develop hatred in your own city. You know, if you go to Canada, you go to New York, you from Louisiana, you don't have hate, you don't have people want to hurt you because they don't know you. You know, they don't know you, and that's why I decided.
Y'all knew how we were starting this week. Y'all knew how we was starting this week.
Have my baby.
R.I.P. y'all. Trap baby. Hey. Shout out to everyone at their desk right now. Go ahead and bob your head to this. Hey. Send that bitch to law school. Literally, one of my favorite lines. Preach. Preach. When I tell you, when this shit comes on in the club, I mean, maybe not in New York, but no,
It depends.
here.
It depends.
Oh my God. We had to start off. Y'all already know we had to start off. R.I.P. Dolph.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Dolph. I wanted, who y'all heard is someone who, yes, I have canceled, but Boosie never said nothing really. And when I tell you, it's so weird. I don't know how you experience, I mean, New York is like the mecca of just like, I feel like people that make it all the time. And so it's weird, like hearing all this. I mean, clearly I'm not a rapper, but going back to Orlando, like you do just feel how people hate when you leave your city and when you get out. And going back, you already know I don't like Orlando, but I wanted to start off this pod a little heavy.
Okay.
Of course, first saying RIP, but I don't know how any of you guys felt, hearing the news, but him going to get cookies is what sent me. Mm-hmm. Like, hearing the news, of course, everyone of you know, Dolph was gunned down at, I want to say it's called Makeda's Cookies or Makeda. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And me and my friends were literally, again, you know, I group chat with my friends. And I was just like, I had to sit for a moment and think about like my life. Only because like I was on tour last week. Yep. You and I are planning all of these things to do in LA next week. The holidays are coming up. I'm not going back for my family. And I don't know why my mind went here, but my mind literally went to like how I could just be gone.
Yeah.
Like, just be gone. By just going to the store, crossing the street. Like, and I don't know why, but my mind went into just all of these random casual ways of dying. When he literally on a, what was it, Wednesday afternoon, was just going to get some motherfucking cookies.
Yeah, bro.
And it's just that quick. And I don't know, I don't normally think about death. And this week I just thought about death a lot. About like if I'm doing enough, what people will say when I'm gone. I know people will care, but a part of me still just is really went into that mindset of, have I done enough? Have I left a mark? If I leave, like, what will people think of my time here on earth? Have I affected enough people? Have I made change in enough people's lives to matter when I pass? Like, of course, seeing him pass, seeing Nip pass, and hearing all these people that were so instrument to their communities, it just really was like, it made me feel like I don't know if I've done enough. And that's just like, that's where my mind was this week. It really like went deep. And I was like, I don't know. So now I don't know if I need to do more. I don't have really Thanksgiving Day plans, but I think I've been telling you how much I just want to go and feed families. Last year I did like an Instacart thing where I just sent 5 random families from my Instagram following $100, which apparently won't get many people far this year with turkeys being, I think, $50 or something. I don't know. Are y'all seeing the inflation prices on the turkeys? Is that real? Like, have you tried to buy a turkey yet?
I saw something on the news that said there's a shortage of bread. I said,
You're fed.
bread?
I mean, supply and demand. Wait.
Bread?
We make that, don't we?
Bread. We make that. We make that. We process that. But
what do we make it
before
with?
baking it? We don't bake it, but you know
Okay,
how
but
vast the bread section is in the supermarket?
But
Like you walk through
what type
any
of bread?
supermarket, whole wheat, potato bread, Hawaiian rolls,
Raisin,
white bread,
cinnamon
oatmeal raisin.
I love. Wait, there's oatmeal raisin bread?
Challah bread.
Holla.
Yeah.
Holla.
No,
If anybody,
challah with a CH.
Oh.
It's a CH.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, that's how you
Baguettes?
say that?
Yes. And baguettes? Like, there's a shortage of bread. Like, there's a shortage of bread, and Elon Musk is still, figuring out how to go to space with the lithium battery. America is lost, y'all.
No, I
We are
ain't gonna hold
lost.
you.
We are fucking
There's a
lost.
lot going on here. There's
We
a
are lost.
lot going on here.
We're lost.
Well, we're not. Apparently, we're just heading towards the metaverse, but that's a whole nother conversation. By the way, can I also just tell y'all, I was in DC last week for a live show, and Bridget was in LA. So I do feel like I have not talked to you.
We haven't
like,
talked.
Which
Which is rare, because Mandii and I will powwow before we pod, and then we forget some of the good shit that we had to share because we shared it in our convo. And I'm happy we did that, because now that I feel like there's more shit that we can unpack.
Yeah, we didn't
That we
do
didn't get
that
to
this
catch
week.
up. This is our real catch up.
This is a real catch up.
Yeah.
I guess we could let's start with you. I know you were in LA.
I was.
You miss it, don't you?
I do a lot. But you know what it is? You know what I realized that I miss more than anything is the sense of community there. And I think that and the weather. I'm not going to hold you. The weather. It was 82 degrees yesterday when I got on the plane. Which still kind of felt strange, because I know that it's Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving week is supposed to be like really the kickoff of holidays and the cold, and you know what I'm saying? Like Starbucks got all their holiday drinks, y'all.
But also, this is the week to put up your Christmas tree.
Not everybody does it this week.
Bro, Thanksgiving is when you put up your Christmas tree right after you eat. Normally, Black Friday is the day you put up the tree.
That's only if you don't have a real tree. Most people who buy the real trees don't put them up this early because they die.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you know what? I ain't even gonna hold you.
I've always had a real tree. I've had a real Christmas tree my whole life.
I think we had one live tree growing up my entire life. Like, literally, my mama had the same little 6-foot tree, and we had to bend the little branches. and what's crazy is
makes sense.
there would always be some old ass leftover ornament stuck in the goddamn branches, and I was like, oh, I remember this. We've never really had a real tree, so maybe that is why I'm used to it going up this week.
We don't buy the tree usually until like the first week of December. So like next week or like next weekend, not like the weekend after Thanksgiving, but like the first weekend in December is usually when we put it up.
Okay, and then when do you take it down?
After New Year's.
Okay. And see, that was another part of that real tree.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, I don't think that bitch came down till February, because it was a house of women. The shit was big. And we really only took it down because, bitch, the goddamn pine needles ended up every motherfucking where.
They're everywhere. But your house smells amazing. That's part of the reason I think too why my mom always got a real tree, because she was always like, I want the house to smell very pine needle-y, and just like have the apple cinnamon pine cones and the.
At this point, I just feel like now my mama. I feel like my mama was lazy, because if I also really think about it, not only were there ornaments on our fake tree, we never really had to rewrap the Christmas lights. I think we literally
left
just
them on the tree.
I think we just left them bitches on the
sister does
tree
that.
wrapped
My
up.
sister has a tree. She just wraps the lights on
And
it.
so the fact that we had to undo the whole tree, that's what took us till February to take that bitch down. But
you were like, nope, fuck these lights.
But it's also weird now, because I'm an adult, and I'm realizing how much I'm an adult now because I'm talking to all my homegirls. Shout out to the aunties listening, because I have no kids. A lot of my friends have no kids. Do you know them bitches have been in Home Goods for the last 2 weeks getting all their Christmas decorations? And I said, you have no kids. Why are you decorating your house? And my friends, like, Crystal just put up a whole fucking tree with lights. She has a Santa Claus sitting on her goddamn bar. I'm like, we are those women. We are old. This whole section in Home Goods and Target it's for us.
It is.
And now I'm like talking to my friends because I'm also debating, like, have I reached that level of old nigga shit that I gotta decorate my house for the holidays?
I don't think Christmas is like decorating is old people shit.
Bro, I don't have kids. Santa ain't coming. There ain't gonna be no gifts under the tree.
Yeah, but
what am I putting the tree up for? The tree is for the gifts. Where the gifts at?
I mean, you could buy yourself some shit because you do that anyway. You could buy yourself some shit and put some shit for yourself under the tree.
I just bought a trip to Aruba. There's no way to fit a trip to Aruba under the tree.
Well.
And I'm trying to buy new teeth. I don't know if my teeth can fit under the tree.
So maybe do a small, I know, at this point it's just like, put the receipts. I'm going to just start putting receipts under the tree so that y'all know that money was spent on things that are not necessarily tangibly packed in a box.
You know what? I'm not in school and I'm not making ornaments. A bitch about to just hang them receipts on the goddamn tree. Shout out to 2021.
That's very auntie. That's the most grown shit ever. And also, the gifts that we ask for this year, like I told you, I don't want no gifts this year. I don't want no gifts this year. I want all my bills paid.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I want to go into the new year completely debt free. That's what I want for New Year's. Ooh. So that's that for Christmas. That's what I want. Is like, let's just pay some bills. Let's pay some bills. Let's travel a little bit. Like, go away for New Year's. But otherwise, no. I don't really. This is the first year in a long time I'm not really in the Christmas spirit.
Last year you were very.
Oh, bitch!
I got you ornament earrings.
Thanksgiving Day, I have Christmas music playing. Like that's usually my routine.
Can I also tell you, I guess we got to save it for like next week or the week after. But I was excited because it's Thanksgiving week. Yeah. And I'm like, Bridget, we can play both of our favorite Christmas songs. And she was like, nah, bro.
It's too early.
It's too early. But last year, bitch, you was ready.
I mean, I'm still going to get it. I have a big ass balcony. So I'm definitely getting the inflatable fucking Frosty the Snowman or Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
And it's going to be on that fucking balcony. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just waving in the spirit. That's what it's going to be doing on the balcony. I just feel like I think the gifts this year for everybody just look different too, because it has been a dark year. There's been a lot of loss this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have lost family members, not just to COVID, but just other health related issues. You know, and even going back to your point about Dolph, I think the part that saddened me even more than the loss of life was the desensitized responses to just it being normal for one of our own to die in the city he's from. That's become a completely normalized concept that, you know, when police officers kill us, we are enraged, we are outraged, we're ready to go to war, right? But when we kill each other, it's just kind of a, well, RIP, man, it sucks, it's hard out here. And it's like, why don't we have a different energy? And really it is because we're so used to it. It's just a part of, it's become like ingrained in the culture in poverty culture. It's not a black thing, it's just a poverty culture, because it happens all over the world. It's not an American thing either, where people have survivor's remorse and they don't leave. They don't leave. It's like, it's really, I mean, everybody really can't go. And it sucks because, you know, it just really is an example of how jealousy and envy and resentment, because I don't even think it's necessarily hate. I just think it's resentment. I think people resent when they see someone else doing things that they don't believe they're capable of doing. Right?
But that I also just want to take that out of even, y'all know I like to corporate things up. And it's one of those things that also happens in the job space. Yeah. Like, and jealousy is something that we never intentionally want to feel. You know what I mean? Like, jealousy is one of those emotions, and unfortunately I feel like there's no control in it.
Well, to me, jealousy is not a bad thing. Jealousy to me just means you want what someone has. It's got nothing to do with the person. It has everything to do with the thing. So I don't look at jealousy as being a bad thing. I look at envy as being as being a little tricky, because I think envy is a step above jealousy, where
and then that leads you to resentment.
You resent the person.
Okay, gotcha.
You resent the person for who they are getting what they're getting, versus being jealous of like, damn, that person drive that. Damn, that's a Maserati. I want a Maserati. I wish I had a Maserati, because you see somebody else with a Maserati, but it's got nothing to do with who the person is. I think the envy and resentment really is like, who does nigga think he is coming up and doing X, Y, and Z? And who does he think he is riding through the hood still like he's still here? Like, to me, that's a resentment that, I just think is completely ingrained in poverty culture. It's really tough.
You got my mind up, because I was going to even say, like, in terms of like certain positions that people hold power in certain jobs. Yep. Like, you're right. I don't think that resentment is there. Maybe jealousy, but not the full resentment, I don't think.
Like my mom, one of the things that my mom and I have talked about in the past, right, is that she has a very, my mom is the most judgmental person I know. She's very, very judgy. And sometimes it works. It's worked in my favor, because it's put things in perspective for me, because I'm a daydreamer and I don't always have a firm grasp on reality. And she'll be real quick to be like, oh, look, a reality check. Come here. Like, look what I got for you. And so, in some of those moments, I remember as a kid, one of the things that we used to talk about is the fact that she grew up really, really poor. And part of that the attitude that she would have towards other people that were doing more with what they had was like, well, who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are that you just deserve that? And it's kind of like, and I've had to catch myself in my past, like having that kind of a feeling, a sentiment around someone else having something I don't have and being able to celebrate it. And not even because I necessarily want the thing either, but sometimes the resentment just comes from the power, the aura, the energy, the essence that a person possesses. You could be resentful of a person just over the fact that they are loved by somebody.
Right.
You could just resent someone because of how loved they are, because they know their worth. I think a lot of us have those moments where we're like, damn, how is it like I hate her because she's doing blah 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 blah. But you don't really say that you hate her because she's doing blah blah blah. You find other characteristics that would contribute to her being the kind of person that could attract those things.
Right.
And I think there's a difference between, this is something I discussed in therapy a couple weeks ago. There's a difference between feeling like you deserve something and really knowing that you do. Like sometimes you could feel like you deserve a level of success and feel like you're entitled to, somebody giving you your flowers, but you don't really know that you deserve it. You don't really believe that, because if you really believed that, the idea of somebody else having it would really be inspirational.
It wouldn't bother you.
It would be inspirational to you, right? I mean, even this past week, being in LA, we went to our good friend's housewarming. Shout out to Charles and Shireen, Charles Kuykendall, who was on our one of our Patreon episodes. Make it make sense. Make sure you subscribe to Patreon. And he and his wife just bought a new house, a bigger house, and during the speech that they were giving, just to thank everybody for being at the house and whatnot, something that Shireen had said, his wife said, was, a year ago, I saw these houses, I saw the space and saw the neighborhood, and just wrote down like, damn, this would be really nice if I won the lottery. Like, this would be great. Granted, they didn't win the lottery. Like, they did not win the lottery. They just came up incredibly well professionally, made some really incredible moves financially, investment wise, and positioned themselves to be able to get this new house. And something that she said that I thought was really powerful was just like, yo, it's when you write something down sometimes and you see how you feel about it, like you're looking at how you feel about it, that becomes your reality. But God can have something different in store for you that you don't know, that's just not realized yet, that you just you haven't seen it yet. And she called her house the house that God built. Like that's how they feel about their house.
Wow.
And I think to separate yourself from a process, I mean, and it's not to get all preachy on y'all. I'm not gonna do that to y'all in the middle of this week. But but I do think there is something to be said about being able to recognize how you feel about a situation and how it makes you feel about yourself. Like I remember, and we talked about it even with Teyana Taylor. You went to Teyana Taylor's show last night.
Oh my God. By the way, y'all, got too drunk. But shout out, so Elliot Wilson,
yes. Shout out to Elliot.
He invited me as his +1, and I was super excited because I said, mind you, the first thing I said when I walked up to him, I said, Bridget's gonna be so jealous.
I am.
We were literally gonna take our asses to either Philly or Connecticut.
We were ready to drive.
We were about to rent a car to just go because I know you wanted to see her performance so bad. And I want to talk about this too because of course I called Bridget fucking 1 o'clock in the morning just bawling my eyes out, and I got to talk to Teyana after the show, and all I literally could do when I talked to her, I said, you can't go. Like,
you can't quit.
You can't. Her performance, the work, and mind you, I'm back on tour, so even just the dancers, the staging, the transitions, she did like a few outfit changes, and I was like, just the thought that went into watching her perform. I haven't seen many women perform live most recently, but it's not half as intricate as I saw Teyana do, and all I could think about was how she feels as though she hasn't received her flowers, how much people count her out, and visually seeing the work that I know she put forth made me think of you. Because when we talk about your career and me seeing you now and knowing all of the ideas you have and how much you just fight for yourself creatively, it was just like, damn, like,
yeah,
she's Bridget. She's in a space, mind you. She sold out Terminal 5 two nights in a row. And I just look at all of this hard work that she put out.
Yeah.
And she's literally like, I'm leaving because nobody not only appreciates it, but I fucking sit here and watch Saweetie on SNL and I'm pissed. Like, because what Teyana put on and what her performance was and how good she fucking is, she deserves to be in a place that she's not.
Right.
And again, that's why I called you, because I'm like, I told her, I'm crying. I said, you're going to be a billionaire next year and you deserve so much, because I know like this was a lot, and you haven't super gotten into, you know, just all of the hills of your musical career here. I know you've talked a lot more about it on Patreon. Yeah. And so in just hearing what that journey was for you, again, I think so many people, even if you're listening and you're creative, like, there's just so many more people that deserve like the respect, the shine, the what is it when people know you and shit? Recognition. There we go, that word. And I don't know. Last night was just very emotional for me, but
I think I mean, to keep it just on the topic of feeling like you deserve something because you work at it and you do. A feeling of deserving something is, you know, we feel individually like it's karmic, right? Like we're working hard, so we're working hard to achieve and attain X, Y, and Z, right? We're passionate and we love something, so we want whatever it is that we are investing in to give back to us, to reciprocate that level of intensity, right? And the success and the acknowledgement and the accolades and all of the above. And it's hard because I feel her. I feel Teyana. I was watching people's stories last night, and one of the stories was her performing and then stopping and singing a cappella and then letting the crowd just sing it back to her. It was so
beautiful.
And the whole crowd knew all of the words,
but
right?
also she brought Junie on stage a few times.
Yeah.
And it was the cutest thing.
But just to see her audience and her fans, first of all, selling out a show is not easy, y'all.
No.
I'm gonna let you know that first.
People don't understand that.
Like, selling out a show, especially now when venues venues don't care about COVID. Venues they'll do the shit with the vaccine and all that. Okay, you can show your little vaccine card, but they still gonna pack that shit wall to wall with people.
But also, Howard Theater is not my favorite theater anymore. But COVID done ran that thing to the ground.
Yeah, it's to the point. It's to the point where everyone is trying to pack the venue and make that money. So they're gonna sell tickets. And so capacity is no longer a thing. Like how we would see, you used to see like a sign like, oh, maximum capacity, 300 people in this room. Nah, they packing it to 5 if they can. We'll move the tables. We gonna move the chairs.
Well, we sold out, but we have seats. Like I'm not a performer like.
But Terminal 5 was packed. And so to sell that out
all three levels
during a pandemic, during a holiday season where people are still really having a hard time and struggling, for her to have sold out in that way at home, was really, I mean, really an incredible feat and a notch on her belt, and hopefully a testimony for her. Excuse me, that she is known and she is loved and she is celebrated in some way, you know. And I think it actually has less to do with fans and more to do with, and I can relate to this as well, the people that along the way that she believed in and invested in that did not do the same and did not reciprocate that same level of passion and excitement and investment into her. And it's got less to do with fans and more to do with the powers that be, whether it's the label, whether it's production, whether it's, you know, potential management or people that kind of, you know, just assumed, well, she's talented, so she'll figure it out. And it doesn't always work that way.
I mean, I don't know if you saw, Wale just tweeted that as well.
Yeah.
That basically he's getting rid of all his management and the people who have been on his team for the last year and a half. Yeah. He said he doesn't feel like saw in him what he saw in him.
Right.
And when you have people around you that aren't willing to invest the time or really see your vision, you gotta let them go.
Well, I think the hard part too, the hard expectation for a lot of labels, especially labels run by other artists, and I can speak on this from experience, there's not a lot of synergy. Like the dynamism is just not really the same. Initially it was, right? Like good music initially had what seemed like some camaraderie, right? It seemed like there was some level of connectivity amongst all the artists, whether, you know what I mean, in some way.
Okay.
In the beginning. And then I feel like, you know, once Kanye really became Kanye, on a much more global scale, aside from any of the, you know, early Rockefeller days, early Def Jam days. I think once he kind of transcended beyond that, we kind of lost sight of whatever it was he was doing. It was like Kanye and then good music, which was a similar situation with Roc Nation initially. It was very much like Roc Nation and Jay, because Jay's Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's running 15 different businesses. He's not just a rapper. He's not just an artist. But when it's time for him to be an artist and tap into being an artist, that's still got nothing to do with whatever else is going on at Roc Nation either. Everyone is their own.
Just like, see, the thing is, had nothing to do with, oh, never mind.
So, okay, similarly to that?
Similarly to the network we were just on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you don't see any real, like, cross-branding, cross-promoting, really, from the person that is supposed to be. The only time we see it, really, is with Lil Wayne and Young Money. That's the only time you see it. You know what I mean? Is with a conglomerate of people that, and Cole now with Dreamville.
With Dreamville, right?
You know what I mean? He does the same thing. It's anytime you see him, you're gonna see Boz. Anytime you see him and Boz, you're gonna see Kaz, or you're gonna see
Earth Gang. You're gonna see Ari.
Absolutely.
You're gonna see
him.
all them, right?
You're gonna see him. When you see them, you see them. And
I love that.
I think that's, you know, we've talked about even the model of, you know, being a celebrity, being somebody that is the high profile person and putting your people on. There's two different ways to do it. There's a LeBron James way to do it, which is you empower and enable your people to make investments on their own and build up their own thing that, you know, you're still kind of affiliated with, but not really.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
How you show up to play ball on the Lakers has nothing to do with whether or not Rich Paul is going to do tremendously well,
or what Maverick is doing, and right.
Or there's the Kevin Hart way to do it, which is everything is under the Kevin Hart Productions. Everything is,
and you're all my employees.
Right, pretty much. Even if paperwork says that we're partners or whatever, it's still all of his friends still work for him.
Right.
Which is very different. And so I think in those spaces, right, as an artist, especially a young female artist, when Teyana first came on the scene, that was the level of respect she was given,
right,
and deserved. But I think over time it was kind of like, all right, cool, but okay, you're easily discarded. Like in the music industry is famous for discarding artists way too early and not really providing, number one, the development. Nobody does artist development anymore, which is a whole other conversation.
I mean, whatchamacallit actually just tweeted that as well. Y'all know I be in the Twitter streets.
I know you be on the Twitter streets.
But JoJo, let me actually bring it up because
she's a great person to speak on.
Yes,
it. Great.
But
great.
What she wrote actually was, one moment. Let me pull this up. She was actually asking a question regarding team. She's like, "Do you find a way to make music go viral on?" It was, mind you, her and Tinashe.
Yeah.
She said, "Do you, quote unquote, find a way to make your music go viral on TikTok? Do you think that is a fair, creative, effective, efficient marketing strategy proposal from a record label asking for a friend?" Tinashe responded and said, any proposed strategy that relies on you making anything go viral is literally lazy. But JoJo's pretty much saying, even in terms of what the A&Rs are doing with artists, is they're just wanting you to make sure you create a TikTok dance, make sure you make this go viral. They're really not putting in the legwork of really pushing and developing an artist. I would say kind of in the way that we've seen Doja.
Right.
Doja clearly got whatever team around her and fucking catapulted to the fucking moon. And I think a lot of where we're seeing Doja now, because we can go back and see what Doja was doing clearly before a whole team was in place.
Right.
It's on YouTube. Right. She's been an artist.
Right.
And I think that where we're seeing her now is because of who she has around her.
I think it's a combination of who she has around her, but also her image. She makes music that she dances to, that there's choreography to. Most of what we see on TikTok is music that comes with a dance that somebody is making up an 8 count for. You know what I'm saying? Or there's some challenge that, even if it's not a dance, there's some activity that's going on in the video that is synonymous with what the song is.
Adele said, y'all not getting TikTok music from me.
Well, I mean, Adele don't have to make TikTok music.
She said, I'm making music for the aunties.
But to be honest, I don't think a lot of women anyway are making music for TikTok. I don't think we're making music for TikTok. I think we're making music that,
I think Meg is.
I don't know if Meg is. I don't know if Meg is making music for TikTok. I think the only person in my mind that every time I think of TikTok is like Soulja Boy or Tyga. You know what I mean? The guys that make music, or K Camp with Lottery. Like there's certain artists that make certain songs that do very well in club spaces, in commercials, in Migos. You know what I'm saying? Like there's specific artists that really do incredibly well in that market because The Weeknd even. Do you know what I mean? Like random songs that people can do activities to. Do you know what I'm saying?
Not activities too.
That Weeknd song that was all over like, TikTok.
What are you?
People are dancing with their families on TikTok. Like that's why I say activities, because it's not always dancing.
So in 2022, we gonna get a TikTok.
We gonna do it.
We gonna do a TikTok.
The tickety top.
And you gonna dance with me?
I'll dance with you on a tickety top.
Oh, I need y'all to get this minute mark. I need y'all to remind motherfucking Bridget
that she gonna
dance with me on TikTok.
I will.
Well, I mean, we've talked a lot about the industry and music. I guess it makes sense just to stay with music.
Talk about the AMAs.
You want to get into that?
And how they gave Doja Cat Best R&B Female Artist. Because apparently Doja Cat makes R&B music. Okay.
Where would you put Doja's music?
Doja is a pop star. That girl makes R&B. She does. She makes electronic pop music.
Okay.
She makes hip hop music. She is a pop star. She makes popular music. She covers all the genres. Why are we placing her in R&B category?
But is there a best pop star?
Let's look it up.
Nominee.
In the Grammys there is.
So let me.
I haven't watched the American Music Awards in years, and I was on a flight.
Me neither. I know a lot of people were upset because Jasmine Sullivan is who a lot of people thought should have won that. I want to see who else also was nominated for that. Y'all know we ain't got Scream Man no more, y'all. So we got to sit here and do it ourselves, baby.
Yeah, they have favorite pop song. They have a pop artist for male and for female.
By the way, Doja beat out not only Jasmine Sullivan, but she also beat out her, Giveon, and Queen Naija.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
R&B music. Doja Cat is a pop star. She makes tons. She covers all the genres.
Oh wait, she won favorite R&B album and favorite female R&B artist. So the album is who I just gave you guys. Against female R&B artists, she went against her, Jasmine Sullivan, Janae Aiko, and SZA. And then she also won the award for collaboration of the year with SZA. And she beat out Chris Brown and Young Thug, Justin Bieber featuring Daniel Caesar and Giveon, and Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez.
Y'all still really bang with Taylor Swift?
Wait, what did she win?
Favorite pop album?
Oh, she won the pop. That's why Doja Cat couldn't have won it.
Favorite
now it make
female
all the sense
pop
in the world.
Artist?
Now it make all the sense in the world, bitch. They had to get that shit to Taylor.
No, they don't.
I don't know. Who else was in that? In that?
Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Dua Lipa.
Okay.
and Olivia Rodrigo. That to me, all of those girls make the same type of music.
Do you know where I'm about to take
as
it?
Doja? Go for it. Go for it.
Not that I agree with him at all, but this reminds me of what Kanye said.
About what?
That when they say rappers, they say a nigga. When they say R&B artists, they're saying nigga. Look at who all you just read off. Doja, although biracial and although was in that group chat with the incels or whatever the fuck y'all said, she's still a black woman.
Favorite pop song, Doja Cat featuring SZA, Kiss Me More, was nominated for favorite pop song.
And R&B.
As it should have been for pop.
I'm lying. Collaboration is what she wants. But they put her in pop there. And that's the only one that she was given in pop. I don't know. I'm not going to hold you. I think it has to do with color. It's definitely a color thing going on here.
I don't understand. Janae Aiko, Jasmine Sullivan, SZA and her, and Doja Cat in R&B.
But also, has Janae Aiko dropped anything in 2021?
No.
So what? Why is Summer Walker not even there then? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. These award shows still, to me, just never get it right. And I don't get it, why they don't get it right. I know it's the whites up in their offices making these goddamn even nominees and talking to the labels and things like that, but that makes no fucking sense.
I just don't understand. And why y'all keep giving Kanye the best gospel artist?
They do.
Why do y'all keep doing this?
Every award show has done this.
Why do y'all keep picking this man over Kirk Franklin?
Because he did say it was a gospel album, and he does have
and Tasha
Sundays.
Cobbs Leonard.
He has
and Corinne Hawthorne.
He has his Sunday service, bitch. That nigga be in church.
That came out 2 years ago.
But he still does the service, right?
Girl, it's gospel artists. It's about music. What we have not heard
but
a gospel
Sunday service,
project.
don't they be singing?
We gave a gospel artist award to this man for that 2-year-old project 2 years ago. We did it last year.
Well, he has another album that he dropped that was gospel. No?
If you talking about the same gospel Sunday service album that we all loved and played out, that was 2 years ago.
Wow.
That was 2 years ago. That was 2019.
You know what? Maybe they not counting 2020. Because, technically, the whole world was shut down, bitch.
It's just...
So maybe they just jumped over 2020 and was like, we just going to keep all of the same nominees from last year since now we can do it in person. Maybe. I don't know. No, I know they had the award shows last year. I don't know. I didn't personally watch it. Y'all know award shows, I just want to see performances. And I take my little happy ass to the shade room and see what the bitches wore. See what the girls wore. And that's about it. If we stick to music, though, versus.
Oh.
Talk to me. Because that was some real auntie shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't watch it.
So because I was in LA, it was only right that I went to the Aunties Versus with Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills, who, by the way, can still sing her ass off.
But that's something that doesn't leave, right? Or does it leave?
Of course it leaves. And y'all gonna kill me. Y'all gonna kill me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Don't get us canceled.
It's not about being canceled.
Nope,
it's just an acknowledgement of the fact that voices change. My voice has changed.
Y'all, I'm clutching my pearls.
Y'all know that I am a lamb. I am a diehard Mariah Carey lamb.
But
there are certain notes and ad-libs that do not sound the same as they did 30 years ago. It's okay. It's natural. It's normal. Life happens. Things happen. Your voice changes. It just is what it is. I love Mimi. That's my girl. I've gone to see her Christmas show 4 times.
Okay.
I'll go again. I will always go.
But every year she's sounding different?
Not every year, but some years sound better than others.
Okay.
It just happens.
I mean, that's how I be on a pod. Like, sometimes I don't have
some
a voice.
Some episodes you sound better than others.
Okay.
Voices change.
Okay.
Voices change.
I don't think they'll kill you for that take. I think...
I mean, I am a diehard lamb. Do not come for me. Because I love Mimi.
You just said she's just not hitting them notes the same. Okay.
Not every time. Not every time.
Is it hard to hit the same
Yes.
notes? Okay.
Have you listened to Mariah Carey's music from 30 years ago? No. No, that sounds like you need your brakes replaced.
I really be trying to hit that note.
No.
How many of y'all listen? And if you sit at your desk, I'm sorry for maybe just move your headphone out during that. Sorry about that. I really have tried to hit that note probably my entire life.
Yeah.
And that was actually probably the best I've done.
Okay. There's still room to grow. No, it's true. I'm Shaka Khan. And it, as much as I love seeing the two of them, right? Because Shaka Khan was still hitting those notes too, but Shaka Khan might have been a little turned. She seemed to be a little.
That's what I was seeing.
She seemed to be a little, yeah. And
she drank too much.
Maybe. It might have been.
I drink before I go on stage.
Yeah, but this wasn't like drink to, and like initially it seemed like she might have just been trying to get her bearings a little bit on the stage, but then her manager came out and changed her boots and she put some flat boots on. She had some high heels when she came out at first.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I feel you, Auntie Shaka. Take those boots off. You don't need to do all that. You already got on sequin pants. You want us. We here. We are here with you. She got some flat boots on and still could not really like move like the way that she
her
wanted
titties
to move.
Is big. Maybe it's them titties.
No, she didn't look comfortable.
Okay.
And so that to me might have been wardrobe where she wasn't comfortable, but just overall, like she would hit the high note, move the mic over here and hit the high note and then be kind of mumbling some of the rest of the words. It just wasn't it wasn't that great. But shout out to both of them, number one, because I love what I love about Versus is you don't know how many songs, how many hits an artist has, until they sit and really go through them, right? And you're like, dang, and because these are two women that made music really successfully in the 80s and 90s, it's kind of like, you know, the memories for women and people that are my age are like being in the house and your mom is cleaning, or you know, on a Sunday when it's just randomly throwing something on. That was big. And you know, my dad you would literally put on Phyllis Hyman or, you know, Stephanie Mills or Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, and that would be sort of the soundtrack for everybody's mood to be calm and prepare for the week. And so, you know, seeing both of these women live, I didn't know as many Stephanie Mills songs as my man. Like we went together. It was a date, so we went on a date, and he knew all the Stephanie Mills joints.
This is what MK was playing. Like
my mom wasn't playing because my mother was not. She just no. She
what was your
clean.
mom playing? Like what music?
My mom didn't have a
playlist
to clean. That was not a thing. No. She's white. She wasn't listening to. She didn't put on a playlist to clean anything. She was just cleaning. She had the gloves. She had her bandana on over her rollers, and she was cleaning. Outside
of like, so my mom was really into, I would say, like Marvin Cease, and like those type of R&B, like that old R&B. However, she was also like super into what the pop music was then, which is probably why, you know, I told you my younger years were like, I want to play a song.
Go for it.
This is what makes me think of my mom and cleaning. And I don't know why.
Is this Hootie and the Blowfish?
It is. My mama like this. She really, listen.
Manny, I will literally throw something at you if you come at white people. If you come at white people anymore, I'm going to throw shit at you.
Hootie was
I
black.
really am.
Or was he the Blowfish?
Hootie was black.
Hey. This reminds me of cleaning the house. Why? You ready?
Nothing I can do.
I only want to be with you.
Yeah. Let's go, Hootie and the Blowfish.
You feel me? Come on.
Yes, Darius Rucker was the lead of Hootie and the Blowfish, and he became a country artist. Shout out to black country artists.
So wait, he did it before Lil Nas. He did it first. But do you think he's not really looked at as like the first black, or is he not is he the first?
I don't think he's the first, but he's definitely in our generation. My mom is also older. Like my mom.
I have another song.
Oh, this is my shit. Alanis Morissette is my shit.
Why did I go from Hootie and the Blowfish?
This is a karaoke. This is a karaoke drunk moment for me. The best.
Come on.
For you both.
Come on.
Another version of me. Did she put
Y'all did not know y'all was about to hear
I know.
this
I was
today.
like, which verse is this? Right. Does she
Shout out to my white mama.
And was she happy, baby? She make a really excellent mother.
Not our audio guy, like, what the fuck do these bitches got me listening
He
to?
was like, yo.
He is like, all right. You ought to know.
Yeah, now that right there, I love Alanis Morissette. My mother's older, so my mother was listening to like Otis Redding. My mom was a Motown girl.
Oh.
So my mom was into like Otis Redding, like Sam and Dave, Stevie Wonder.
No, and it would go from Hootie to Alanis Morissette to Cher. So like that was like, but Cher like 90s Cher, not Cher like Cher and who was she with? The other,
Sonny.
there we go. I knew she was with a guy. Like Ike Tita, I knew it was Cher and someone else.
Yeah, see, for my mom, it was a combination of like, Marvin Gaye and Paul Simon.
Oh,
right.
That's it. And see, and then, but wait, but my mama switched it up because you know what's it called? Code switching.
Yeah.
When my daddy came over, baby, Bob Marley, One Love. I'm like, Mom, you could go back to Hootie. Just because Daddy's coming over doesn't mean we have to play One Love in the house, okay?
Man.
Can we not play Bob Marley? Thank you, Mom. Thanks.
No. I know. I really was surprised at how many Stephanie Mills songs I did not know were Stephanie Mills songs that I'd heard. But it was definitely.
And the clips I saw, she's been sampled. Like her music has been sampled.
Stephanie
quite
Mills
a bit.
and Shaka Khan have been sampled.
Yes,
all the time.
Yes,
they've been
I was
sampled
like,
for 20 years. Yes. So
I'm glad that you got to go to that.
It was a good verses, but I will say what I loved about it the most, in addition to hearing all the songs that have been sampled, was the fact that Stephanie Mills really held the show together, considering that Shaka Khan was not really up to the task, and just kept it going. She was singing Shaka's songs with her, like. She was up there holding Shaka's hand like they was, moving side to side.
I love that.
Singing the song. Like that to me was really, it wasn't really a verses. It was like they were singing back up for each other on each other's records, right?
That's dope.
Which is always what we would love, always what we say we would love to see more of in our generation of female artists. But that's for another day.
I know that's right. Where you want to...
Hootie and the Blowfish,
don't do... That might be our motherfucking happy song that we switched on his goddamn podcast.
No, I think it should be Alanis.
But see, it starts too slow. We need something else. Actually, let's go ahead. Like, are we gonna get into some tea? And I am gonna just go ahead and play this because you have... It's what we're gonna do until you tell me what song makes you happy. So y'all, we get up out of the music talk. Hey. All right, wake up at y'all's desk, man. We here. Because now we about to start talking about some relationship shit. That fun shit. That wild shit. And no, we're not talking about the baby or Didn't Lay. I am off of everything that transpired with that whole debacle. And I think that we talked enough about it last week, but I wanted to know if you saw the clip of Tammy Roman on The Real.
I did. First of all, I love Tammy. Shout out to Tammy.
Me too. I think that she is queen in this space of reality TV and seeing what she's done.
Also, there is a Real World Los Angeles homecoming reunion episode, like reunion season that they're gonna have, because you remember, Tammy was on the
Real
original
World
season of The Real World in Los Angeles. They're bringing the cast back and they're gonna have like a whole new
She is so good for TV. She's just so good.
So I'm excited to see that. So shout out to Tammy. I'm hyped for that.
Let me again, I want to play kind of. Yes, I have the audio, and for the ladies and gentlemen who haven't listened to this clip, it's a really interesting perspective that I want to hear kind of your take on. So this is what Tammy had to tell the ladies at The Real.
At a point,
shit,
starting to do and reward me for all of my efforts and the time that I've been in this business.
Yep.
And a baby for me right now would just not be the thing to do.
Yep.
So what I offered him was an opportunity for us to take a break for a year or two and let him go find someone to have a child with.
Stop it.
And then when he has his baby, we could get back together.
You
wait a
would
minute,
genuinely be
wait a
okay
minute.
with that?
Hold on. So
Yeah.
you're giving him permission. So what happens, let's say he follows through and has this baby. Do you help raise the baby?
I would help raise the baby. It's just I don't want to have it. I don't want to go get my eggs and all that. It's really more about him
you're
being
so
able
forward.
to have his legacy here because he's an only child.
Wow.
Right. I mean, quite a few things to unpack there. It's crazy because I still have a little bit of the mindset that if someone is not everything that you need them to be, it's fine for that person not to be your person.
Yeah.
Right? And so hearing Tammy say, well, I don't want to be a mother again. Not saying I don't want to be your partner, but I don't want to be a mother. If you want kids, you should go out and have kids with somebody. And to me, that would be like, I know we talked about this with Jeannie Mai. Her husband wanted kids, she didn't. So they didn't want the same thing. They weren't on the same page.
Right.
And so it's okay to leave someone.
Yeah.
And it's weird because hearing this, clearly there's been conversation. I would assume he does want children. He is much younger than Tammy. It's an interesting perspective for her to be willing to like send him out to go have a baby and come back later without just being like, well, I don't know why she's just not possibly seeing that she's not the one for him. No? Did you get what I'm trying to say with that?
I do, but I also think that part of what she's saying too is if somehow in the universe it still works out that he's gonna have a baby, continue his legacy in that way, and still want to be with me, I'm willing to leave that option open, which I think is commendable.
It is.
I don't know how realistic it is. More so because I think for someone who wants children, for someone who proactively wants children, it's not just about having a child, it's really about having a family. And it's going to be very difficult to imagine a woman being okay with just having a kid with this man and then just being okay with him being like kind of a parent and a partner with someone else at conception. Right. Like that would be the conversation at conception.
It's weird because I don't want kids. I remember dating this guy, and I really saw myself long-term being with him. And it's crazy because he had such a traumatic first experience with his first baby mom.
Right.
That he said he didn't want another baby mom, but he wanted more kids. So he's like, yeah, I want to be with you, but just so you know, I want another kid like yesterday, and I want to go have it with her again, only because it was so bad the first time. He just didn't want to relive that experience with another woman. And even though I didn't want kids, I was like, no, like I'm just supposed to be okay with you wanting more kids.
Right.
I don't want them, but now you're telling me you want to go impregnate your first baby mama again, just because you also have the PTSD of potentially, say, me getting pregnant and you experiencing all that bullshit again with now someone else.
I think there's a lot to be said about the.
I was like, nah.
No, I wouldn't do it either.
I was like, nah, bitch.
But I also think there's a lot to be said about the love and respect that as an adult you have for a person when you're okay or happy about them wanting something that does not necessarily include you. Like I think that's a beautiful place.
Yeah,
I think that's a beautiful place to be. Where
that's mature as fuck.
She really loves this man, and she's like, "Look, I know he wants to continue his legacy, but part of continuing his legacy is not just having a baby for the sake of having somebody else have your name. Because if that was the case, then he could have done that before this point in his life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He could have done that with anybody then.
Right.
Any relationship prior to. That's not what this is really about. I don't think it's just as simple a thing as having a baby. And I think it's very hard to assume that, that sentiment, even if it exists right now, is not going to change with his first baby. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think about that even with women, right? Where, they get pregnant, they're in a relationship, they don't really necessarily know if they want to stay in the relationship, but they're willing to give it a go. And then all of a sudden the baby enhances the two people's desire to try and do this and be parents and be partners. and do life together, right? In all ways, in all fashions. And I think the beautiful thing about Tammy agreeing to want that kind of to allow him to not even just allow him, but want him to be happy, like whether it includes her or not. Because obviously, if they've talked about it at length, then she understands the risk of him not coming back. You know what I mean? If he's going out into the world to have a baby. But again, I do think that it's very emotionally mature on her part. I couldn't do that. But to me too, that I'm also at a place where I don't have any children. Tammy has a grown daughter.
Yeah, she does.
She's already done it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for her, the joys of, you know, motherhood and pregnancy, she's
been there, done that.
She's realized that already with her daughter. So I think it's brave, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It wouldn't be for me. Well, more so too, because just like if I want children and you don't want children, then that's not going to be. Even if you change your mind about being a stepmom, it's kind of like it's still an extension.
It is.
You're still creating a connection, a timeless bond and soul tie with another person that's always going to be in the relationship. So I don't know how that.
I mean, if she wants his legacy to go on, can't he just go to a sperm bank?
What do you mean?
He could just go to a sperm bank, get his little $20 for his little swimmers, and he could go and have all them babies. He could still make babies.
But it's about he wants to be a father. So it's not just about create. That's why I said it's like, it's not as simple for men who really want to be fathers.
It's weird because we're seeing that now play out on Insecure.
Yeah.
Like with Lawrence did we talk about that last week?
Nope, because you hadn't watched all the episodes.
Okay,
Are
that's
you fully
right.
caught up? Nope, you're not. You a week behind still.
I'm a week behind. Girl, I was busy this week.
You and me both,
a bitch
sis.
was on tour.
You and me both.
I didn't even get to watch my Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh, I know you were hurt then.
Oh my God.
But you interviewed the housewives at your DC show.
I did.
That's so dope.
So, and you know, I love me some housewives. So it's weird because Giselle and Robin are actually not my favorite on the show. And what's crazy is interviewing them for my other pod. And then they showed up to our live show and supported us. It reminds me of how you talk about reality TV. Because it's like, damn, I sat here and was indifferent. I told them to their face, I said, damn, y'all gonna make me like y'all next season now. Because I didn't really like them, but meeting them, someone even left a comment today and said that they were humanized. And I don't realize how much of characters people really become, not only on TV, but bitch, on our bitch, we pod every week. And so we're characters. Like, I go into the YouTube comments and there's people that really just don't like me. It's like we're sitting here almost as characters on a TV show where people listen to us engage and share our stories, and we go back and forth and have these different opinions. And it's kind of what I watch on Housewives. And I form like who I like and don't like based off that. And I don't realize how much that even happens with us.
Right.
And I was like, damn, I do the same thing. And so after meeting them, I was like, wow.
I like y'all.
Y'all, I'm mad that I like y'all because I've spent so many seasons not liking y'all. It was just really, really dope. Shout out to Giselle and Robin. They have a podcast, Reasonably Shady. So it was dope to collab with them. But yeah, seeing people that you watch weekly, it was crazy because I was definitely nervous. Can you believe that?
Yes.
I was nervous.
I can believe that.
In front of some housewives, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you know all the famous people I done met and fucked, and a bitch wasn't even nervous?
Well, because you
I'd have put a whole dick in my mouth and wasn't nervous. And I'm sitting here across from some goddamn housewives that just be on Bravo, and I was like, hey.
Well, because you think you know them. You feel you're familiar with them, but you don't really know them.
Bitch.
So like when you watching them on TV, you're like, oh, here go this bitch. And then in real life, you're like, oh shit, you're here in real life. Like,
but also, you're not a bitch.
You're not a bitch. I don't know how to move now.
Shit.
I'd be nervous
like
too.
You.
Right.
Fuck, I just spent all these years not liking you. I'm confused. Now
Are we best friends? I think we're best friends now.
I'm confused. Like, you just supported me. This is weird. But yeah, no, that was dope to do. I did also, while we're in the conversation of relationships, one of the things I wanted to just bring forward, and we've talked about it time and time again on the show. We don't condone it. But I just want to give a huge fuck you to the judicial system.
Oh, okay.
Once again, this is for the Zac Stacy domestic violence case. If you guys did not see the video, it was a horrendous video where he pretty much picked up his baby mom, body slammed her, threw her across the room. The TV fell on her, and he did all of this in front of his child. And
On camera.
With a baby cam. So it did get caught on camera. And apparently he fled.
Yeah.
And she had to make a video. And she said that his friends are hiding him. Now, I wanted to say a huge fuck you to the judicial system, and that is a hard word to say. My God.
Judicial.
Judicial. It's like
Judicial.
Judicial system.
You
Judicial.
Yeah,
Judicial. There we go.
Judicial.
A bitch. That shit was getting me. And if y'all heard back, a bitch was struggling for that word. But no, like, he was released on a $10,000 bond. And reading the comments, for one, it was heart-wrenching just seeing that so many people were saying if this was not caught on video, had she come out and publicly spoke about this, people would think she was chasing clout because he's a football player.
Mm-hmm.
People wouldn't believe her. And it's just watching that video, you know this wasn't the first time he laid his hands on her.
Correct.
And it just still baffles me. Like I said, I go through the comments that people almost don't believe in violence unless they see it. They don't believe in domestic violence specifically unless they see it.
Even when we see it.
It's still
we still even when we see it. Sometimes it still does not. Sometimes it's still just some people still turn a blind eye.
Well, the fact that and this is me now talking to the men, because this is who was leaving the comments.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that men were going to ask, well, damn, she had to do something real fucked up for him to want to do that to her. What? Seeing so many men question, well, what did she do? Because listen, if she cheated on him, if she did XYZ, maybe almost making excuses as to why a woman deserves abuse. That type of treatment and that abuse. Yeah. And the fact that that is still something that's being excused at all.
I mean, who paid the $10,000 bond? I want to know.
I mean, he did play football. I assume he has the money. I don't think he was actively on a roster. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, the fact that we see abuse happening to women and so many responses are, well, she must have did something to deserve it.
Yeah.
No woman deserves that.
Ever. Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he was charged and then released.
Yep.
But he faces up to 15 years if he's convicted.
He need all of them.
So,
but also when that type of abuse happens to somebody, I hope now she's in hiding.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's been moved to an undisclosed location.
And see, stuff like that, like, why let him go if now you have to have someone else living in fear for their life? It just does. I don't know what the fuck the system that we have. Like, I know we said America's fucked up because we're out of bread apparently, but no,
we are.
It's fucked up for so many more reasons.
All kinds of bread.
And this shit pisses me off. I mean, of course, we see the other trial and the verdict that happened this week, and that's one of the shit I don't care about, just because it's like not surprising now. It's just not surprising.
Yeah. I want him to shut up. I don't want him to speak.
Oh, bitch, you know, he's writing a book. He's about to get a book deal. He's about to get a Lifetime movie.
The part that scares me about situations like that is that, well, number one, I mean, it's encouraging a whole generation of Kyle Rittenhouses.
That part.
Where, you know, even if you are an active shooter in a space, you are the victim in a situation because you had a gun and you were trying to defend yourself. I think we've taken that self-defense thing way too far.
Yeah. Yep.
But moreover than that, it's scary because he is a young kid, and now because he hasn't been charged with anything, he can run for office. He can become a teacher. He can work for law enforcement now. And
Yeah, that's wild.
And that to me is more impactful than
That's wild.
him not going to jail. It's like he was not convicted of anything at all. So now a person with that mentality that, because, and you know, granted, he's coming out now saying he's not a racist. I never thought he was racist. That was never even in my mind. He killed white people. So okay. But it has less to do with his feeling about people of color and more to do with the entitlement to cause harm to anyone. The entitlement to cause harm to anyone, legal or illegal. And that's the part to me that's really upsetting.
Unsettling,
He killed people. So we just don't. So murder is not murder anymore. I mean, I get it, and people are like, well, you know, technically, he felt threatened. He had no business being at the place he was at.
Right.
Know? Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, who shot a police officer, in the space that his girlfriend occupied, that he's at, for all intents and purposes, was a domestic partnership and was also a place he also part-time lived. And he shot a police officer, and he received more judgment than someone who was in the street with a rifle, an automatic weapon. So it's got less to do with racism, and I hate that we keep throwing racism around, and it's like, at the end of the day, it's not about racism, it's about privilege, and we talk about white privilege, and this is a perfect quintessential example of white privilege, where doing anything illegal doesn't ultimately matter. But also, not even so much that doing anything illegal doesn't matter, but moreover than that, the system was always designed to protect white people, white men in particular. And I'm gonna say white men because we just watched a situation where this black man, this ex NFL player, beat the shit out of the mother of his infant on camera. Not sure what race she was, but she was lighter than him.
She was
So, you know, again, it's not just about race. It's also about men, but also about guns. The only thing I could think of really was this whole case was about guns. This whole case was about the NRA and protecting everyone's right to bear arms, which to me, my only thought, aside from being outraged that, you know, that judge is completely embarrassing and shameful and disgraceful, is the fact that what this argument ultimately boils down to is that right-wing conservatives and their beliefs around guns will always be protected and preserved at any cost.
That part.
And so that also brings up the other conversations about gun control and so on and so forth. But that was on my list of things that I don't want to care about. I just don't want to care about.
I just wanted to. I thought the gunshots made sense while we were talking about.
It's appropriate. I mean, the only thought at this point now,
gun control.
That's the only thought that I can have is that now and growing up in a city where it's not legal to carry, unless unless you work for law enforcement. It's not. You can't get a license here.
It's so different here.
But I mean, I would go as far as to say that maybe we do need to amend some of these laws then, so that everybody everywhere can carry a weapon.
No, I ain't gonna.
So that everyone has a concealed weapon, and then maybe that will make people feel safer. And I don't think it's not gonna make me feel safer because listen, after 9/11, watching the National Guard walk around Penn Station and Macy's with AKs did not make me feel safer. I'm not gonna hold you.
I know that's right.
I didn't feel safer.
That's how, like when I go overseas a lot. It's so weird because. Where was it? I want to say it was in Bali, but when you go to the bank, they have armed, like big ass guns, like people that stand in front of the banks, and I'm just like it was a lot more scary.
You go to the airport, in countries, and people are walking around the airport
with guns,
with automatic rifles.
They are. It's
full body armor
overseas.
Yes,
it really is. It's much different. Well, you want to get into some music, baby?
Let's get into some Freshly Squeezed. Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, we gotta get into some Freshly Squeezed.
That sounded good on the mic.
It's a lot of good R&B this week. I know y'all want us to talk about Adele, but we're not gonna do it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I tried, y'all. I tried. I wanted to maybe I got to give it like a second or third try.
Which is what people told us to do with Summer Walker, but I may have to wait until it's not so triggering for me.
I ain't gonna hold you. Summer ain't getting no more spins out of my phone.
I'm gonna give it another listen when all the hype dies down. But I'm just triggered by the abuse of women in general. Emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. I'm just triggered by all of it. It's very difficult for me to, because I have friends that have been abused in situations and relationships, not even just romantic relationships, in work partnerships, in workspaces with different people, but just abuse of power with men and women. I'm disgusted by it. And so I think when I'm less triggered, I'll give it another listen with fresh ears. But I did listen to Adele's project.
Same.
And there were a couple joints that I really did like.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a couple joints I really, really enjoyed.
Okay. Did you see what she said? And I don't know if you saw that there was a change made by Spotify. Yeah. But I wanted to know your thoughts on that, because basically, and let me read it. She said, basically, Spotify posted that following the release of 30 by Adele, Spotify has removed the shuffle button as the default option when playing albums. Now listeners have to listen to every album's track list in order. Adele actually was like, this was the only request I had in our ever-changing industry. We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story, and our story should be listened to as we intended. Thank you, Spotify, for listening. And of course, I've never made a fucking album, but how important is the track list order? I know we talked about it even clearly with Summer Walker and how she did her album.
Very important.
What thought goes into that? Is it your decision? Is it the labels? Is it you want it to flow, I don't know, by your feelings, by your emotions? What are ways in which you've even laid out your albums before?
I think it is, sometimes it's thematic depending on what the project is.
Okay.
But other times it's musical.
Okay.
I mean, a goal of mine that I've always wanted to do, still have not been able to do it. And it's also probably because of the producers that I've sought after, but the ones that I really, really respect and love that musically have the bandwidth to do it, are transitional albums. So albums that transition musically from one song into the next. Justin Timberlake is a great example of that. He does that very well.
Okay.
Where one song will turn into another that transitions into the next track.
Okay.
I think the last woman that I remember doing it was Brandy with the Full Moon album. And that was 20 years ago. So I think, I mean, there's a lot of different factors that contribute to track listing. But I think when you are a person like an Adele who drops a project every 6 years, everything is important. You know what I'm saying? The presentation, the listen through, the mixing, all of it is important.
What didn't you like about it so far?
I think that it wasn't so much that I didn't like it. I think I'm just not in the Adele space.
Okay.
Which sounds strange to say, but I think I have to. It's moody music.
It is.
Adele is moody music.
It is.
And so, for me, it's gonna be something I put on. I mean, it's raining today, so I'll probably put it on today and listen to it through in its entirety again. But like, I love the song that she has where she's talking to her son, My Little Love, it's called, and she's explaining that, you know, sometimes she's just, you know, she's trying to figure it out. She's just in the simplest way she can, right? I think it's really beautiful to hear, which I think mothers do very well when they're honest, right? Is they really just try and sit with their kids and explain things in a very practical way that doesn't make them feel like it doesn't overwhelm them with emotions around your emotions, but just kind of lay things out simply so that they can grasp little tidbits about who she is. And discussing loneliness. There was a monologue in there about loneliness and how she loves being alone, and it's the first time where she's lonely. I love, Love is a Game, Hold On, Woman Like Me.
Okay, so you do.
Yeah, I mean, rocking with it. I do. I really like the album. I'm just not in an Adele space per se right now for myself. So it's not something I like. I put when I listened to 25, when she dropped 25, I was in the space where everything that she was saying was completely parallel to what I was going through. So everything beginning to end was just on repeat for me. For some of these songs, I think, she's at a different place. She's a mother. She's now a woman who's divorced and she's grappling with,
Right.
you know, the guilt and shame that's probably attached to society's thought of who she is and who she's supposed to be now. And I can't relate to those things.
Right.
I'm not a mother yet, and I'm not divorced, so I'm not married. So it's kind of, you know, even saying that she still believes in marriage. I saw an interview that she said she would love to get married again, that she still believes in the institution and the partnership, the camaraderie, the love, the bond that is forged when you decide to do life with a person.
It's funny that you say, you know, the relatability to it, because I feel like that is why so many people liked Summer Walker's album and I didn't, because as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, I ain't never been through none of this ghetto ass shit. Y'all wild. I've never really had the baby mama drama. I've never really everything that, like, the back and forth with other women. I'm not doing that shit. Like, so as I'm listening to the album, it wasn't relatable to me, which is probably why I'm listening to it. Like,
but I think what's celebrated about Summer, similarly to Adele, but I think even more so with Summer Walker, is her ability to be that transparent and that honest about where she's at and who she is. And I think, you know, as an artist, that's her job, but she does it in a way that leaves it all out there. She leaves it all
She
out
does.
there. And I think it's not to flex or flaunt. It's really just to tell her truth and her story.
She does.
And so I think that's why people are like, oh my gosh, because we haven't seen that in a long time.
Right.
We haven't seen that since, you know, probably Keisha Cole, honestly.
Right.
Where we see some real raw, unvarnished truths about love and relationships and, like, you know, lyrics that really cut through.
Right.
Keisha's lyrics would really cut through.
Right. I did. I'm still listening, trying to get through it before I have an opinion. They Got Amnesia, French Montana's new project.
Okay.
I actually do like his music, and he has a lot of good features on it. So I'm trying to get through and get through.
Okay.
The song with Doja and Sweetie is cute.
Okay.
And that's all I can say about French's album right now. I'm not done with it. I also wanted to go back to last week real quick, because the song that I have been playing all week from the Silk Sonic album, Put on a Smile. That is the song.
That's your jam.
That when you played, and I was like, no, it's not that one. I couldn't remember it. This week, I have literally listened to Put on a Smile every single day.
Wow.
Definitely one of my favorite. I do not have Hippity Hop this week.
I don't either.
So y'all are about to jam out with us. I actually have a new song, and because I went to the Teyana Taylor concert last night, there was a song that she performed that was just so beautiful, and I want to play that as well. But this song I want to put you guys on to for the Freshly Squeezed is called Yams. It's by Masego and Devin Morrison. So I want,
you know, I love a bass line, a little synth action.
You like? I'm
already here, honey.
Bass line. That's
I'm already here.
The guitar. Right?
Well, there is an electric bass, yes.
Okay, there we go.
But you can also play bass on a keyboard as well, the bass sound.
Okay. Y'all know I'm still learning the instruments, baby.
I love Masego. Good God.
And just listen to the words to this one.
Okay, Sweet Yams.
None of us are.
Ever again.
Come on. Sweet, sweet yams. I sure do got bills to pay. That, which actually, hold on, I gotta pause that line. Do you know that is also what I've been talking about in therapy?
What?
Not starting your day online. I have literally been working on, I told you, either meditating or having my mind to where I'm just looking out the window for like 5 minutes or like I have, and I think a lot of us have this disgusting attachment to our phone. Not only do I sleep with it, not only does it wake me up, it's the first thing that I roll over to as if it's my husband. Like, good morning, phone. Let me see what you were doing last night.
Yeah, you're catching up on everybody else's shit.
And it's disgusting. So I am working. That is going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, actually. I'm proud. And I'm going to start working on that for the next 6 weeks because I think that it's really important. And I really, I really got to get my shit together. God fucking damn. Fuck. This other song is not new music, but it is, one moment. I hope he gave me the right title, bitch. Because I was standing next to a super fan. Yes, here we go. This one, she performed it. And I don't know if it's because where I am in my relationship right now, but I was just like, what is this song? So I want to play this for you guys now. It is off of, I believe, her most recent project, the album. This is Teyana Taylor, Lose Each Other. And she sang it so beautifully last night, too. When I tell you, this was, I was like, ah. Yep. Listen.
All right.
Text me all the time.
No.
We broke up, but we did it, but I love you. Oh my gosh, she sang this last night and I just listened to the words and I mean, I'll show you. There's a text message that was like, I told you, I was just like, it just sucks. Like I said, like even in relationships and kind of what we were talking about with Tammy, like knowing that maybe someone isn't your person, but you love them so much. Yeah. Like, and that's kind of like where I've been in, of course, my non-relationship now, still really loving him. Yeah. Still really wanting to be there for him while also knowing we're probably not supposed to be together and that's why we're not together and that's why I don't want to get back together. Right. But I still love you. But I still don't want to lose you. But also men hate being put into the friend zone, especially when there's so many feelings involved. They're just like, what are we? It's messy. There's confusion.
Breakups are messy. Breakups are messy. The emotions are messy. The space and the decisions and the boundaries, and it takes a while to reestablish a new routine with somebody that you had a different level of intimacy with.
Like, you still gonna get these good morning texts. Fuck you mean? Because it's a routine now. Like, especially like you know how hard it is to break habits. Yeah. And so I was just with somebody for the last year and a half and longer than a year and a half, and getting out of a routine that I don't technically want to get out of is I guess the hard part. Cause I know like I don't want to be with him right now. Like there's still just so many things that we have to work out to where it doesn't make sense to be together. But I still like I wanted to invite him to the game tomorrow. And he was like, I feel like you're trying to sweep things under the rug. We have other things. Like we can't just get right back into it. Now you want me to go to the fucking Knicks game with you? But all right, anyways,
I told you.
Pick your music. I'm just very emotional right now. Like there's a lot when it comes to breaking up when you still really love the person. Yeah. Like, and now I'm mad that I didn't break up in a way to hate him. Like when
you don't want that. You don't want that.
I know I don't want it, but it makes
it would be easier.
It's so much easier. When you hate a person, breaking up with them is like
fuck you, I don't care.
When a woman's fed up. Are we allowed to even sing?
No.
No. Damn. Can someone else remake that song so I can sing When a Woman's Fed Up? I need it remixed. I just need someone else to sing it so that I'm not looked at crazy when I really want to get into some R. Kelly jams, God damn it. Fuck.
Damn.
I mean, because I don't believe I can fly, so that never really comes out of my mouth. But bitch, when a woman's fed up.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I mean, it's easier to be fed up, but I also do think that
yes. It is easier to be fed up.
It's easier to be fed up. It is. But I think in the long run, and it takes a long time to establish like a real friendship with someone that you've been in love with. Like it takes a long time to do that, which is why so many people just don't do it. Because it takes work and people don't want to put the work into being friends with somebody they were with because it's unless there's children involved or whatever, it's kind of like it's almost impossible to do and move on simultaneously, right?
It's weird though because that's also a conversation that I just had. I think a lot of times when women get into relationships, they're looking for a boyfriend, they're not looking for a friend.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I've been telling him. Like, it's so weird because I know how to show up as a friend.
Yeah.
I don't think I know how to show up as a girlfriend or a wife, which is probably why I fumbled in a few places. And so now it's just like, if there's one thing I do know how to show up as, it's as a friend. And you're my friend. And I don't think I've ever even had that relationship with a man before. And I told him, I said, so this is all weird, but let me show up for you as a friend because I know you hate the word and I know we're not together, but I am a great friend, and that's how I want to show up for you right now. So let me do that.
Yeah.
And that was just, ladies, be friends with your niggas.
Yeah,
like
but
it's just so different.
It is, but I think when you break up too, you got to give yourself time. And when I say time, I don't mean time to establish a new routine. I mean time to establish getting used to not having the one that you used to have.
Right.
So it's like for you as a control person, it's very difficult to not have a routine, which is why it's like, well, fuck it. I'm going to keep the routine I already got because this is shit I know already because it takes so much more concentration and patience to establish a new routine.
Yeah, so I don't want no new routine.
Well,
Bitch, I'm trying to get back into the gym.
I know, but
oof.
Listen.
Now that.
But the part of the healing process that I think a lot of us skip, men and women, is just being okay with not having a routine for a second. Like not having something else, the next thing on the schedule, on the docket to run to. Like just sit without a routine for a second, because what's going to happen is whether you know it or not, you're going to try to subconsciously or unconsciously impose the routine, whatever routine, whether it's a new routine or an old routine, on the person that you're trying to be cool with. And someone's going to get hurt and someone's going to be disappointed. So you're better off not putting expectations on a routine, on yourself to have a routine. That way you kind of, that's kind of your shield then, when you don't have a confined space that someone needs to exist in or that you need to exist in.
Why do I pay for therapy again? Why I don't just be, I got to call you more often.
I mean,
and you just got to tell me this same shit with your therapeutical ass.
All right.
That is a word.
Mandii?
Look it up. Therapeutical.
Therapeutical?
Is that not a word? Therapeutical. Thank you. Look, they gave me this.
Rob, it's a word?
Therapeutical is a word.
So I'm therapeutical?
Not me teaching you words, bitch.
Damn, so you think I have healing power?
Yes.
Wow, friend.
Yes, but not me teaching you a word. You know how hype I am, bitch?
Wow.
And that was big. That was like a lot of syllables and all.
Mandii thinks I have healing power.
You do. You know, everybody listens to you week in and week out, and it's like you dropping gems.
Sis, call me Grandmother Willow.
I hate you. I hate you.
If you don't know who Grandmother Willow is, you
That's
you
the
too
tree,
young.
right?
Yeah, girl. from Pocahontas.
Yes,
Yeah,
bitch. Not me know it's up.
Yes. So much good music came out this week, though.
I'm not gonna lie, way too much. We
have to keep reiterating that. Bryson Tiller dropped a Christmas project, which we're not gonna get into until closer to Christmas. Money Long, Our Friends with Benefits.
Yes, she
also
did.
drops an EP called Public Displays of Affection, PDA.
Beautiful.
Which definitely.
And her videos go on YouTube.
Yes.
Look at them videos. She came through with the visuals, honey.
Oh my gosh.
LA, who we've also had on the pod, dropped something new as well. Shout out to Kaz. He dropped it. He dropped a new single as well, and also Ye Ali dropped a project last week. And I'm excited. I'm hoping that we're gonna be able to chat with him when we go to LA next week.
Kate Trinata dropped a couple little remix joints and in little EP. I guess it's kind of an EP. It's three songs.
Okay, I like a little 3-pack.
Love a little 3-pack. But yeah, I randomly stumbled on this song called "Keep Me Around" by an artist named August.08.
Okay.
Which I thought was kind of interesting because 8's my favorite number. And
Is it?
It is. It's a very, I see 8s everywhere all the time. And so, yeah, Keep Me Around. It came out on Friday. Definitely wanted to play that for y'all because I've never heard of this artist before until this week. And I thought this was kind of
Look at you putting us on to some new stuff.
Yeah, it's a cute little vibe.
I don't know what instrument that is, bitch. All right. All right. Keep them around. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's he keeping around? Her? A girl?
You know the toxic shit.
Don't keep me around. Let me go. Let me go.
Listen.
Don't keep me around.
Do not keep me around.
Don't keep me around.
Do not
That's crazy.
keep me around.
But men do that. Men will keep you around.
They do.
For as long as you stay your ass around, sis.
Yeah.
They will not show up or change or do anything that you need them to do, but they will keep your motherfucking ass around.
That's correct.
Hate it. All right, I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here. Not me being triggered.
I know. I did want to play. I did want to play a special one.
Okay, what we playing?
Our friend with benefits / business partner / friend and artist in toxic natures, Devon Terrell.
He's so toxic.
Dropped a song called "Boys Don't Cry," and you know, there's something to be said. We always like to chime in about how men don't like to be vulnerable and don't like to share their emotions and so on and so forth. And I think this song kind of sums all that up. So this is "A Boys Don't Cry" by Devon Terrell.
Come on, Devon. Come on. Oh. Oh. Go ahead. Go ahead. He all right. All right, Dev.
I can imagine boys crying to this.
Right.
I can imagine boys crying to this, wiping tears like, man, fuck that girl, fuck that bitch. She ain't never gonna see this side of me. Like, it's, yeah, I can see.
Shout out to
crying.
Dev.
Shout out to Dev.
Shout out to Dev.
And you're right, it's not gonna play on the radio with all those fucks in the beginning.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Which, I mean, plays into, that's such a songwriter trick too, where it's like, it's a little double entendre. It's not, you don't want it to play on the radio. It's not going to play on the radio because you cursing, but you don't want it to play on the radio because boys don't cry, and you don't want the world and the bitch that made you cry to know that she made you cry. And if it's on the radio, then she going to know.
But also, do you know what that reminds me of?
Uh-huh. What?
Hold on. And this was definitely on the radio. This is actually giving that boys do cry. Because he was mad. Hey, I don't know why I like you so much. I gave you all same vibes, and used fuck so much. And guess what? This shit played. Hold on, I gotta let it go ahead. Here we go. Know how I feel. Look at all. It don't mean shit now. That's a lot of fucks, bro. That's a lot of fucks. Dev, the whole world is going to know you cry. Fuck is not going to keep it off the radio because this song right here was, it did what needed to be done.
Is he white?
Oh, shit. Is that man white? No, his name is like Iman.
That's Eamon, and that is an Irish name. Please hold.
Oh. Wait, is it? It's not Iman?
No, babe.
You sure?
Positive.
You sure? Damn, I played a lot of white people today, baby. It's don't in the background. Who just said
I did. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie is black.
So, yeah.
I'm looking. Is an American singer, bitch, from Staten Island.
I believe it.
But his parents' last name is Doyle. Definitely
Which
white.
is an Irish name.
Is that?
Yes.
But bitch, he's American.
Okay.
So he Irish American?
Okay.
From Ireland.
His mother was Italian, and his father is Walter Doyle. Doyle is an Irish name. So your boy is Italian and Irish.
Okay, well
his name is Eamon.
Okay.
Eamon is
Okay,
Eamon.
well he's a spicy white. I mean, because I love Italian food. Like, I used to tell my mama, damn, why you couldn't have been mixed with the cool white shit? Like, my mama's just like white from California. But you know, like how some white people be like, but I'm Cherokee and Irish and Italian and German and all the like spicy whites from, well, they're all colonizers from Europe. But
no,
I
not
like
all of them.
Well, I like Italian food, though.
The Irish are not colonizers.
I was about to say, neither are the Italians, right? Did the Italians?
No, they
Italian,
were.
they didn't colonize.
Yes, they did. They did.
What did they colonize?
The Romans who followed Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire.
Oh, that was like
they were.
But Rome is in Italy.
Italians.
So you can't colonize your own country.
They colonized everybody else. The Romans were trying to convert everybody to be Catholic.
But ain't Rome like a city?
They're Italian. They were trying to. They left Italy and traveled throughout Europe to convince people to be Catholic. You don't remember that in history?
Yeah, but that's that church shit. I'm talking about like just the people. Like I'm not talking about
Mandy.
No, like
they weren't Jehovah Witnesses knocking on the door like, hello, praise God. On this day, we would like to tell you about the Watchtower. That's not what they're doing. They were killing people if they would not denounce whoever they believed
all
in.
making spaghetti. Like they're still all Italian.
No.
No, Romans are not Italian.
Mandy,
Rome is in Italy, right?
Yes,
Rome, Venice, like
yeah, but they didn't stay. They didn't have to colonize Rome. They left Italy and went to other countries. You don't remember
I mean, I know Julius Caesar.
Have you never seen any of where they go into France and they attempt to like the Vatican? You've never watched anything around history?
But is that not all
You don't remember the Crusades?
Yeah, like the Trojan horse, right? It was a part of that.
No, that's
Damn.
that's a totally different situation.
Where was the Trojan horse? Where they fit all the people in the horse? What part of the of Europe was?
I don't even think that was real. I think that might have been Greek mythology.
Wait,
let me look it up.
No, please look it up. I feel like that was
I'm about to embarrass my
war,
social
right?
studies teacher. It was Greek. Yeah, it was.
Oh, see, now I'm in Greece. Okay.
Yeah, totally different.
But that the Trojan horse was real, right? That wasn't like gods and goddesses.
No, the Trojan horse was real.
Okay.
But I knew it was Greek. I always assume everything Greek is mythology, which is fucked up. My bad.
I do too. That's why I want to go to Greece.
God, Zeus. It's not that.
No. Okay.
But yeah, the Crusades was a major. Yeah, it was an occupying.
Well, shout out to the Italians.
And they were killing people. So no, but the Irish were not. The Irish were not killing people. The Irish were always.
How are you back on Irish? We were talking about the Italians
because we were talking about how you were trying to say that the Italians never colonized anybody, and I'm telling you that they killed millions of people who didn't want to be
Catholics did.
But they're Italian Catholics. They're people that worship Julius Caesar.
All right. This is getting.
It's crazy. We need a new song. Don't you play A. Marie. You better give me some 90s.
Are we getting out of Freshly Squeezed?
You better play Mandy Moore Candy or some happy shit.
Not you. Have we not? We just talked about the Italians, the Irish. We don't play the Alanis Morissette, and now you want me to play Mandy Moore?
Sis, you just played Amen. Fuck all that shit. It don't mean shit now. For all the crybaby spicy whites, let you tell it.
It is. Okay.
All this spawned from Dev's Boys Don't Cry song.
Here we go. Lord, have mercy. This can definitely be a transition song.
It's a great transition song.
All right. Y'all, we have literally, I feel like we evergreen this whole goddamn episode. I ain't even gonna hold you. Did we talk about any fucking thing?
We talked about everything.
We did.
Yeah,
we did. But we didn't. I did not watch TV this week.
Damn.
Bitch, I had a show. You know how stressed I get when I have live shows. And then I went to DC and thought I was just gonna chill, and I got drunk every single day that I was there. And yeah, no, it's been a really, really, really busy week.
Yeah.
I've been getting ready for Black Friday. So I'm having a Black Friday merch drop, and this is also from other podcasts, but this is my first Black Friday as an e-commerce entrepreneur.
Wow. Can we clap it up for you?
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Because that's really dope.
Thank you. I want to shout out to everyone that has products, because this is a huge week for all so many businesses.
Right.
And so literally like being on the calls over the last week, over the last like 2 weeks with my partners on what margins make sense, what sales we can do, how we can drive more people to the email list by having a special Cyber Monday sale, bundling a lot of our products and still making sure we're aware of what our margins are so that we profit enough. Like our last like big sale that we did was, I want to say it was Memorial Day weekend. That was one of our really big sales. And in 1 month, we made $20,000 in sales.
Wow. And
so, like, and just Memorial Day weekend, I want to say we did 8,000 in a weekend. And that was like,
incredible.
It's incredible because still, like, the products that I sell, there's like feminine hygiene products. So I have apple cider vinegar gummies, the boric acid suppositories, and they're things that are 30-day supplies. So hoping that people come back and return, and seeing all the return customers, it's amazing. But this week, I'm just like, post Wednesday, I'm not potting. I'm not talking about potting. I'm not talking about content creation. It's me to get into sending out emails, looking at analytics, and just driving my products. So if you're listening and you didn't know, it's Official Box Owner. Check that out. It's officialboxowner.com and Official Box Owner everywhere on social. But I'm just really, really, really excited to like be on the non-consumer side of Black Friday.
Yeah.
Like being on the side where I'm like, I'm going to be looking at my computer and my numbers and hearing the cha-ching on Shopify, my Shopify app. I'm just really excited about Black Friday. So that's something that I actually do care about this week. Yeah. So TV is something I didn't get into if you want to. But before we wrap up with TV, I did want to get into things that I don't care about.
Oh, yeah.
However, I know that we also do this part of the show where it's like, yeah, I don't care about it, but let's also spend 20,000 minutes talking about it. I don't have that.
No, I don't.
So one of the things that I give zero fucks about that I've been seeing everywhere is that Staples Center is going to be renamed to Crypto.com Arena.
Your mama named you Staples. I'm gonna call you Staples.
But also,
just like Facebook.
But also, I graduated high school at the TD Ameritrade Center in Orlando, Florida. That shit is now called Amway. Hasn't affected me whatsoever that the name changed on a goddamn fucking arena, even in my hometown. So I just don't know why they're making such a big fuss about it. However, it is also like making me realize I need to get myself some sort of crypto.
Yeah, because at this point, it's like Staples. So Staples is that obsolete that they're losing their arena name? Like,
yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's what I don't care about.
Yeah, I don't care that that Kim K is dating Pete Davidson. I don't give a fuck.
Girl.
She saw Megan Fox and her sister Courtney got with these two
whites,
malnourished, tatted white men and said, "Oh my God, let me get me one." And there we are. I don't care. I don't care, sis.
I don't care either.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy and live their lives. We don't care. Definitely don't care about those things.
I lied. TV.
Oh.
Only.
What did you watch?
I'm on episode 5.
Okay.
Big Mouth is back.
Oh.
And when I tell you,
I haven't watched it.
I don't know how they got more raunchy and more nasty and more filthy than before. I didn't think there was anything else to talk about.
Oh.
Bitch, there was a fucking episode about back knee.
Wow.
Bro. Literally. And so mind you, her back acne is talking and turning into volcanoes when she the way they animate Big Mouth is
shit like that always makes me think, what didn't make the cut?
No,
this is the shit that made the edit, right? Like, yeah, so what the fuck didn't make the edit? Like, what was worse than that?
But also they have a whole episode on No Nut November. And it's just fucking hilarious. Also, one of the main characters is talking to the pillows that he fucks. Oh. So these pillows are like, no, you can fuck me. You can fuck me. I'm never going to turn my back on you. And it's just like the pillow that he humps, talking to him. When I tell you the way, and then it's a mind fuck because I was on shrooms while I was watching it with my Galaxy lights. And I'm like, but whoa. Now I'm weird. I know they're cartoons, but technically they're in like middle school or high school. So it just feels weird that it's children talking about humping and nutting. And now my mind went elsewhere watching this because I'm like, wait, these are children, but they're cartoons. So they're not really children, but they're children.
Oh my God.
It was fucking wild. But Big Mouth, if you haven't yet, it's like super Adult Swimmy type of cartoon shit. And you're just like, how did they come up with this? And it's so nasty and great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that I watched this week. Power is back. Power. The Ghost season is back.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's off to a stellar start.
Come on, stellar.
Stellar start. Insecure obviously is going. This episode was a good episode.
Okay.
It was a good episode. Definitely. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm
gonna watch it when I get home,
and we'll talk about it later. But yeah, movies. There's some movies that have come out that I definitely want to see. I got to watch King Richard because that's definitely on my list. I have not seen it yet just because I haven't had the emotional capacity. I know I'm gonna just be boo-hooing and crying the whole time.
Well, and I haven't gotten to get into it, but Netflix has a lot of new movies.
We have to watch Passing. There's a movie, somebody sent it to us on Twitter.
Okay.
And it's actually, and I keep seeing it. When I saw the trailer, I was like, I gotta watch this. It's with Tessa Thompson. I forget the other actress's name, but she won. She was nominated for an Academy Award for another film that she did about an interracial couple. And so this film on Netflix.
On Netflix.
And so on this
do
film,
you see they got a movie coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio? Bitch?
Yes.
This is why they boosted my goddamn Netflix to $17.99 because they got to pay these expensive ass motherfucking actors.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it because
this is good fucking shit.
I mean, we watched Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, which
that one I saw that one. Is that one good too?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's a good plot twist at the end, so it's worth a watch. Yeah, otherwise, the passing we definitely got to watch because it's about a black woman that passes for a white woman, and her white husband, who's
Rachel Dolezal.
Her white husband, who is Alexander Skarsgård.
You said black woman that passes.
A black woman that's passing as a white woman.
Wow.
And her white husband is Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood and several other movies, but True Blood is where everybody knows him from.
Oh, I want to see that. Bitch.
And so, he doesn't know that his wife is black, and the wife grew up with Tessa Thompson, and they run into each other. It's a whole thing. We gotta watch it. I haven't watched it. We gotta watch it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight
because it's some good tea in there. Apparently, somebody sent it to us.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yes, and it is Thanksgiving week. And so I did want to. I'm gonna make sure that we have these outlets, these links to some of these websites to donate
in the
food.
description.
Yeah, in the description, in the caption for this week's episode, so that you guys, anybody that's in the New York area, it is a really tough time of year for everyone. The holidays always amplifies, feeling like we're lacking and feeling alone, and the change in weather obviously makes everybody a lot more apt to being alone because it's cold and it's hard out here. So mommypoppins.com is they have a list. It's a site that has a list where you can find free turkey giveaways.
Awesome.
So you can figure out exactly what area you're in if you want to donate a turkey, or if you are in need of a turkey. It's definitely something to look up. City Harvest is another place. City Harvest, Food Bank, and feedingamerica.org are all three places that have a bunch of resources, whether it's collecting non-perishable goods, or some places actually serve hot food as well. Definitely some resources to check out if you are looking to give back in any way that you can. City Harvest is really great. I've done some things with them in the past. Food Bank NYC is also another one. God's Love, we deliver. Obviously, they deliver food, and we do that. I usually do that around Christmas, but yeah, there's a number of resources that you can definitely get connected with if that's on your heart, that's on your spirit to give back in this season, because it's definitely rough. Right. I know a lot of people get seasonal depression. I'm one of them for sure. Definitely suffer from seasonal depression. The minute it's rainy and cold outside, I'm like, what is life? Why am I here? What's my purpose? It's melodramatic for me, but for everybody else that actually has real problems, like being able to feed their families, these are definitely some great places to check out.
That's amazing, and we'll have those in the description of this episode. I want to thank all of y'all. I'm thankful for all of you that listen to us each and every week, and as you get into the season of giving thanks, I hope that all of you guys are safe. All of you, if you're going to drink, I know all the clubs have wonderful, when you want to get away from your family, you're like, I'm going to go out. Please remember, Uber is there. Do not drink and drive over this holiday weekend. And really just eat up and get all the food in that you can, because I know I'll see all of you in the gym in January. So just eat up.
And be careful. Really be careful, because it is holiday season and a lot of people are struggling out here. Ladies, be mindful when you go out. Do not go get gas at night. Do not run to the store by yourself at night if you can help it. Make sure you are looking behind you when you enter your buildings, when you get in the car. Just be really mindful of your surroundings at all times. That goes for ladies and men as well, because people are getting robbed. People are getting stuck up out here. So just really, really pay attention and be mindful of your surroundings.
Alrighty.
What we getting out of here too?
You already know what we getting out of here too. Thank y'all for tuning in.
We love y'all. We're thankful for y'all.
Get paid. Thank you, guys.
Go get the money.
Go get it. Thank you guys tuning in for another episode of See, the Thing Is. We'll holla next week. Bye. Oh, wait. Y'all, we're bringing Friends with Benefits back to the couch. They're coming back next week.
Yeah.